I'm popping bottles.
Okay, do you have stock in that company?
I don't, but I should.
Because
I have a lot of them.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to think.
My mic wasn't really good the last
it's
time.
probably all right.
Yeah, you think? I was like just yelling in the atmosphere. I know you sounded so good. I
into the
sounded
void.
horribly. Yeah.
But I don't know if I've ever seen you with not have one of those. How many a day? Uh-oh.
I should only do one, but
However,
when I'm playing pickleball,
yes.
I will flatline a little bit. And so about 1 o'clock, I do it to get where my second round of people come in.
And that's all right.
I got to amp up.
Hey, if you're going through like scores of people to...
Oh, no, I am.
Right.
It's
and
great.
You're not a coffee drinker, are you?
No, this replaces my coffee.
Okay.
So, and then
that would augment my coffee, like my Celsius did this morning.
Well, see, I used to be a Celsius drinker.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has the synthetic form of B12.
Lead derivatives.
Yeah. And so I found this one, which is Andy Frisella's brand, First Form. He's a very aggressive podcaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
oh, it's hustle porn. Make no mistake.
For sure. But yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I like them.
I'm going to try that.
Okay. I'll bring you some.
Oh, all right. There we go. Free is better. That was my favorite kind of beer, although I was rarely invited to places where...
That's what Reese always said. He was like, when they're like, what's your favorite drink? And he's like, free. Well, okay, what's your second favorite? Cold. Yeah.
Yep.
You and Reese would have gotten into a lot of trouble
There would have
together.
been significant liver damage for all.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of damage.
Oh.
So I'm looking to look, if I'm a little more haggard than normal. Oh my God. So.
What'd you do?
Well, my garage, let's put it this way. The Tesla is probably like, I don't know, 6 feet wide, 8 feet wide, whatever.
Okay.
And my garage is like 8.1 feet wide.
Oh.
And so coming out, scuff.
The Tesla?
Yes. So get this though, because I got the whatever it was, the Easy Bake Oven coating on the thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know this at the time, but my garage is like, oh, this is shitty, like light tan beige, whatever. I look, and oh my God. First off, clearly I love the car because my emotional reaction was problematic.
Yeah.
So I drove here furious at myself.
Today?
Yes. Oh, just like...
Because you drove a car around with like a dented bumper for how long?
Oh, my God.
Because you didn't care about the car.
That's the supreme irony.
Yeah.
Ever since COVID.
But you drove here angry, and then were you able to just like lick it off?
So here's the thing. So like I'm dog cussing into both Claude and GPT on the way here. You know, like just... Because it gives me a Wikipedia, it gives me a treatise on like car coatings, and it's like if I wanted that, I would have asked. So turns out, fun fact, isopropyl alcohol, 70% with a microfiber cloth. So.
Oh, I've been aware of this since I was 16 years old, and it lived in my car console because shocker, didn't pay attention a lot and liked to rub like the handicap poles and like things like that. Curb check, dadgummit. So I actually, and here's another one you can do. You can also do diluted nail polish remover.
Ooh, see, like there.
I know it would scare you,
yeah,
but
that would be
that was more intense.
Worrisome.
Well, I wouldn't do it now, but it's all I had my hands on at the moment when I was 16 years old.
Like
Thanks, Mom.
Like you mentioned, my poor Chevy Cruze, it was just like an old dog. Yeah. Where it was like, okay, he limps. Fine. It's like he, still love him. Yeah. But I'm not going to go spend $1,200 on a limping dog.
Again, this is why we're unemployable, because nothing tracks. Like it doesn't, but it makes sense to us.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's perfectly logical.
It is perfectly logical how we handle certain things.
Yes. And so the moral of the story was I got inordinately hacked at myself and just kicked my own ass, like remarkably vicious, all the way to the Walmart at Spring Creek and
75.
75.
Yeah. That's a fun Walmart, by the way.
Isn't it?
It's a gem.
It's always hopping.
It is.
So I go in and for $7.
Yeah.
and I'm out there buffing, you know, and but it went like, and all the anger left my body.
Oh, I'm so proud.
But it's like 70-mile-an-hour winds out there, so it's like I buffed the fender in a tornado.
It's awful. It's just swampy bud out there.
Yes, it is horrible.
Spring season.
Yes,
This is what's great.
Am I wrong? And it feels like it has been tornadic winds every day since, I don't know, all I can remember, all my life. I don't remember it not being.
It's just weird. Well, cold front's coming in. So my husband, had he not met me, and there's a lot of things. I mean, he might be living in a ditch if he didn't meet me. But how about in another world? Because I don't think this would have ever actually happened.
Parallel universe.
Yes, he would have been a great weatherman. Because he actually knows all that. I think it's his weird,
like
East
the barometric
Texas,
pressure.
Yeah,
and,
I think it's like the East Texas white trash in him. Like, you can just do one of these things, and he's like,
oh, storms are coming.
It's coming. 2 hours. You got about 2 hours before we need to pull the cars inside. He did that when I was on the way. He's like, now there's going to be thunderstorms this afternoon. That's why it's so hot and muggy outside, and then that's going to pull in a cold front. Okay, got it, boss. Like, I'm just like, tell me what I need to do and what I need to wear.
Savant.
He is a weather savant. He's a weather savant and a sports stats savant.
I used to work with a guy at Citibank. I just called him Sports Machine.
Oh, yeah. That's Reese. Sports, like random. Hey, you know in 1962, that team, no, I don't.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And
but ask him, like, pertinent information.
Oh, yeah.
No, we don't have room for that.
Well, and it's funny. I was having this discussion with somebody. It was about... it was on the topic of homeschooling and not homeschooling because I have several homeschooled folks in my orbit.
Yep.
One in a very close orbit. And the whole idea of the public school and the gifted and talented thing and the weirdness that involves.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the homeschool thing where it's like, okay, well, how does that work? Where it's like, are you gifted and talented? Or do you just like do stuff until you run out of stuff to do? And like I was always wired where if I'm interested in it, well, then there's all bets are off.
You're gonna lock in.
Yeah, and if I'm not interested in it, regardless of how smart I am, that's unemployable. Where I'm like, don't care.
Okay, this is so bad, and I don't think my mom watches this one because sometimes that's
a little too close. Little state secrets.
Yeah, so I left high school after my sophomore year. So we were like a month into my junior year, 9/11 happens. I just go, this is dumb. Why am I here? Like, there's so much else going on in the world. And so I just was like...
There was a bit of an existential moment.
Yeah. So I was just like, this is dumb. I don't want to be here anymore. And my high school counselor was like, you outgrew this space the minute you came here. So I'm like, glad we agree. But I still needed my diploma. So I did Texas Tech online correspondence. And so that's how I could finish out. And this just shows you, I mean, I finished 2 years of high school in like 3 months to even just check the boxes. Problem was, I still wasn't interested in it. And at that point, you had to fax in so it wasn't really online. You had to fax in your stuff, okay? And then they would send you back the grades and do all those other things. I learned how to rig the fax machine because I know, it was so bad. It's like, but that's how diabolical we are. It's like, we've just done it. Right? It would have been just as easy. But instead, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to figure out how to cover my tracks.
Right. I'm going to figure out an incredibly more ornate way to not do it.
Correct. And then here we are.
Yes.
I know, right? It's so awful. But that was what I was saying. I mean, I was supposed to be here at 9:15. I came in at 9:23, right? Again. Roughly. It was 9:23. I looked at the clock.
Right on.
But I was laying in bed till 8:55, and I was on my laptop doing work and other things.
I asked if it was TikToks.
No, it wasn't TikToks. But that's where it's just like, I don't want to be on somebody's erroneous schedule where I just feel like I have this unnecessary programming, because I think that I would consistently just live in this heightened state of stress and anxiety, which is why I think we do see so many people that are just off their rocker and road rage. I still have road rage, but in a different way. It's just like Tourette's. I don't like try to run anybody over.
Robot car.
No.
Telling you.
Did you see somebody got arrested because they were passed out in their car from drinking? It was self-driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I might know a thing or two about.
Yeah, I know, but it was really interesting. I'm like, man, people are getting real creative with these self-driving vehicles.
But I'm okay. I'm gonna have to Google that.
Yeah, Google that one. I saw it in the news yesterday.
that one is like, okay, between Uber and self-driving, I'm like, oh, damn, all bases are covered.
Well, that's what we were talking
Well,
about.
and so like technically, now I may or may not have done this before in my life, but being incredibly intoxicated in the car. And if you are like, you know what, I'm just going to hop in the back seat and pass out.
Yeah.
If you take the keys out of the ignition, at least this was back in the days when there was keys in the ignition or whatever, that's not driving. That's public intoxication.
Right.
Can confirm.
I'm just so happy now, like your crazy stories are, I had to go to Walmart and chat GPT how to get the paint scuff off my Tesla. Like, look how far you've come.
Oh, my, yeah.
I mean, it's great.
Oh, light years. I have traveled light years.
I know.
And back to being the unemployed, but like if I had something to do this morning that was like, oh, I had to be in my cubicle and log in or whatever, well, that wouldn't have afforded me the time to be furious at myself and buff a scuff in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah. No, I like it.
And now I'm just dealing with the cortisol dump that was, or whatever that is.
It's a real thing.
Oh my God. And there is nothing like justifiable anger that just, because I absolutely Nolan Ryan'd a water bottle in my garage and it like exploded. It was very satisfying. There's a visceral reaction.
Dude, why do you think I play pickleball every day? Every day.
Okay, that's probably like the closest thing to a sales pitch that would actually get me to want to do it.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, because I forgot because I'm knock wood, I'm on a pretty even keel.
Yeah.
But there are those times like this morning where the payoff of, I don't even know what was there that I was throwing it towards, but like the payoff of the thing just exploding.
There's nothing like,
you can't buy that.
There's nothing like hitting an overhead ball and smashing it in the corner of the court. And that's what you call me, Smashly.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is great.
And it's cool that your leadership nickname kind of came.
It did.
It's back.
The fact that was my leadership nickname, and that's what we're calling it. Not that that's what I've been called since I was probably, I don't know, 19 years old.
11?
For different reasons. Yes, for different reasons. But yes, Smashly has continued on.
It remains in the building.
It remains in the building.
Which is awesome. And now to be able to kind of govern that and channel it, because now what we're saying, like, okay, my dalliances with intoxication led to all kinds of crazy things, like, oh, okay, you can still get arrested in the backseat of the car or whatever, but it's not a DUI. So
but now we reprogram our powers for good, not evil.
Yes, I have fully migrated to workaholism, which is evidenced by all the new gimmicks and the stuff and the things, and it's like I cannot wait. Probably by this time next week, everything will be 4K across the board. Okay. Now, Facebook won't let us stream. It doesn't stream in 4K just because they don't have they do have the ability to do that. But all of the post-production will be in 4K. And
I love that.
Excited.
No, it's very exciting. I do want to talk about real estate for a second.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. By all means.
Yeah. So, one, people need to get their crap together. It is the inventory, both on the rental side and the for sale side, is so atrocious and disgusting right now. And at peak pricing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, overpriced and undercleaned.
Oh, it's I don't even understand. I mean, like, this is really what makes me physically unhinged. And so we're helping a friend of ours that's a political consultant, was in a bad situation. They've been in this rental for a really long time. It's encased in mold. We all love the M word. And just friends of ours, and we're like, no, let's get you into a better situation. So Reese goes and shows them, and these are like $300 to $3,500 rentals. Okay, not huge. Yeah, not huge. I mean, this supposed to be nice houses. Wouldn't let the dog go in there, and you're just like, I don't understand what they're doing. I mean, we have to have pride in presenting our business and our product. And these are homes that you expect human beings to live in. And if you're going to present it that way, whether you're selling it or you're renting it out, why would they then, especially on the rental side, take care of that property?
And now, are we thinking, are you talking rather in terms of like, this is like a East Plano 3-2, blah, 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 whatever. West Plano.
West Plano, you know, I mean, like and that's what is so insane. And he's like, can you bump up the budget for me and see if that does anything? Now, a $4,000 rental for $1,700 for 1,700 square feet,
Bro.
You know, and so it's like it's absolutely just insane out there. And I understand pricing. You know, our this is, you know, landlords aren't there to be charity, right? I mean, they still have to cover their mortgage and their taxes and insurance.
Do you think this is a case of somebody got, hey, I'm going to be a flipper, you know, because that
we do see that some,
but they get stuck. And now they have a 7% loan on a second or third, you know, because it's like,
these are jerks that see another house.
Okay.
They see a Red Branch property that looks like it was for sale, right? I mean, we do the same type of, we use you guys and do the professional marketing.
Everybody gets the same treatment.
Everybody gets the same treatment, and our landlords should too, because when they see the type of product that we're putting out there, we inherently attract better quality tenants,
absolutely.
right? So you sit there, and there was one literally behind a house that we just leased out last month and was trying to get the same price point. And Reese is like, no, this is disgusting. I mean, there's paint on the floor, there's crap on the carpet, like ceiling tiles falling. I mean, like, it's just, you're like, what are you doing? And that's where it's like, nothing. And that again is why, like, we see that everywhere. I don't care if you go to a restaurant or you go to a store or anything else, like, people just inherently do not want to work. And it's like, I couldn't ever, that's why I can't do this stuff. And I've been an independent broker for going on 12 years, or it'll be 13 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In October, because again, I don't want anybody even at a brokerage telling me what to do. Right?
Right.
So it's absolutely, and what about the news yesterday?
The merge,
Remax and Real.
Yeah.
That's it's actually really interesting.
That's fascinating because, you know, Remax was always, I always would joke, like, if somebody said, I'm going to get my real estate license, and where should I go? And it's like, oh, well, get your license and normal.
KW or Remax?
Yeah, or no, I would say, like, in Dallas, back then, it would have been KW or Ebby.
True, yes.
And then later, you're going to be like, hell with this, I'm going to Remax.
Give me the hot air balloon. Yeah.
And give me, like, this presupposes that you would know what you were doing,
right,
at some point in time.
Sure.
So you're going to want that business model versus the split, or
they had like heavy desk fees and things like that. So it was a different business model. But they actually have really quality tenured agents. It's been a brand that the agents they did have, and per agent did more volume than any other. So it doesn't mean they're profitable, because there's no profit in brokerage anymore.
Right.
But
which is an interesting thing happening behind the curtain.
No, it is. But that's where people were sitting there, and there was so much conjecture, and they're like, why would they? Remax is such an antiquated brand and everything else, and Real is a technology focused, you know, cloud brokerage and all of these other things. And I'm like, okay, but you take both of them. They've got the tech. Remax has always fallen on their face when they've tried to advance technology, right?
But you have the age-old thing. It's like, oh, here's the new fancy thing, and then here's the people that actually know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Let's put it together, right? And Real has actually attracted a hybrid of agent type.
Because you have, like, the Courtney Bensons of the world.
Christy Becca.
Yeah. That actually, speaking of that, did I tell you? Yeah, I walked to the venue or whatever.
I know. Hold on. Let's keep talking.
Yeah.
Don't derail.
Spoilers.
I know. But no, so I think that's where it's actually one of the smarter alliances, where you saw the Compass and Anywhere, that is completely just market share.
Yeah.
Where you have Real, and I can't remember how many agents they have, agent count, maybe like 30,000. And then you've got Remax, so it's like 130,000. And you smush them together, and now they have the agent head count.
Yes.
And it's real interesting when you're talking about this. You've got, I was talking to Tyler Kreis yesterday. Every time there's a piece of news, 6:50 in the morning, he's like, Gentry, I told you this was going to happen. And you're looking at the piece of the pie, specifically in the DFW marketplace. You now have five slivers. You've got, you know, you've got KW, you've got EXP, you've got your Compass Anywhere Home Services bucket. Now you've got Real and Remax.
Hathaway.
No, Berkshire Hathaway is part of Home Services. So that's Compass. Yeah. Berkshire, yes.
Oh, wow.
That's Compass. They're all under the Compass umbrella.
Wow, okay.
Compass. Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, Berkshire Hathaway, Ebby, Dave Perry Miller.
Allie Beth Ullman.
Like all of these, yeah, because they're part of, yeah. So it's like you sit there and you go, they're all under Compass. On the Compass corporate.
Okay, so then
then you've got the Remax and Real, and then the last bucket is Independence.
When did Berkshire get ate up? How did wow, I must have drove right past that exit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything's been a part of it. So Anywhere was the one gobbling everything.
Yes.
Anywhere was the Compass, right?
Yes.
You know, as far as the corporate veil, and everybody was still very independent.
Right.
But you go, oh, Anywhere, it's not like it doesn't have a brokerage name associated with it, whereas Compass Holdings or Compass is still that.
And Anywhere also had all of the core services stuff,
right?
That they owned, the title companies. And
well, and that's where it basically comes to is it's not the profitability or the agent count. It's still understanding that agent owns that relationship with the consumer, and they want long-term access to the consumer.
Yes.
And so all the ancillary services, even outside of the transaction, whether it's a refi, another purchase, you know, so they're getting, you know, the title company, and everything else. So it's not about how much can I strip off of one transaction. It's I need to have that agent because they're going to be in front of these people long-term.
Yes.
And so then they're going to start gobbling up, you know, all the hedge funds are gobbling up the HVAC companies and the roofing companies and the plumbing companies.
Media companies.
You're good with a check. Just write you a check.
Boy, that's a very interesting question.
Well, I mean, I am, because here's why. We'll just go do something else.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me fund my next.
We'll just do this.
We'll just do this on a different scale. Right. It's going to be awesome.
We'll live stream from the pickleball court.
But, thank you. But that's where I think people don't understand. They boil it down to it's a dying brand. Why would they buy this and everything else? Because they don't understand the follow the money and the layers upon layers. This is multi-dimensional play here. But a layman person is just like, okay, and do you know how much they bought them for?
Wasn't it like
$880 million.
Yeah, I was say it was less than $1 billion.
Less than $1 billion.
Yeah.
You buy one of the most institutional and widely known name ID with the consumer and in multiple countries. And, you know, so they're a global company as well. But it was actually, Homes.com bought Matterport for $1.2 billion. And you buy Remax for $880 million.
Right, and Matterport, man, that shit was super cool in 2015.
I tell you, it was too cumbersome. I'm like, I need a VR to sit there and try to navigate this dollhouse rendering of a house. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what did we find? We want our marketing to look good enough and still bring the consumer in to see it in person.
It's absolutely, it was like the old technique at Guitar Center. If you called, whatever you asked for, I got one of those.
Mm-hmm. And then you come. That's what they do at the car dealerships.
We just sold the last
car
one, bro.
dealerships.
Oh, bro.
Let me show you this one, though.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out.
No, and so it's just interesting to me and the people that, again, that's why they say there's two people that are going to continue to thrive in this up and coming world that we're in with AI and everything else. And it's the neurodivergence and your trades. Because you can't sit there and, I mean, there's going to be some efficiencies that are going to happen with automation.
If I could have gone off with Austin, I could have been like the neurodivergent electrician.
Yeah, I don't know that those, I mean, they go together sometimes.
Yeah, it's probably not a good overlap.
Yeah, no, it's not. But I think this is where our brains go. We're like, ooh, I need to understand more. And where's some of it sinister, some of it isn't. But ultimately, at the end of the day, that the average person, when they own a home, I mean, there's ongoing things that are associated with it. So how do you remain in that funnel, in that pipeline? And so for that, I actually think that was one of the more intuitive and strategic partnerships that I've seen over the last 18 months.
And it also makes sense from the standpoint of, to use like another realtor example, it's like, oh, here is the seasoned agent who hires their niece to do their social media, but the niece actually knows what she's doing. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, so now you blended somebody who actually does real estate transactions and has for a very long time with somebody that understands all of the 2026 stuff. And
how the natural avatar of the agent has transformed, and that's what Real has done a good job of, is they still provide excellent technology, the cohesive branding behind it. I mean, you've had amazing people that have been, you know, at the tip of the spear at the company itself and its development, and so that's why it's attracted a lot of people from some of the other brands, because, well, they've watched other people do it right and other people do it wrong,
there's
right?
been lots of examples. And I remember, I'm shocked now that like Compass is the 800-pound gorilla, because when they first came to Dallas and they didn't have a brick and mortar, they didn't have anything. It was like, they were literally, it was big fish out of every pond.
Yep.
And it was like, back then I saw it as, okay, it's the Jerry Jones trying to buy the Super Bowl.
Sure.
It's like, okay, you just got, you know, 11 Pro Bowl players that have never played with each other. Now what? And of course, you know, whatever that was 10 years ago or whatever, over 10 years, they kind of figured it out, and then they went and bought everybody.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see what's left and what they do. And now I'm curious as to like, okay, because EXP was kind of like the first cloud brokerage where it's like they don't really exist.
Oh yeah.
In the everyday
Let's have
world.
a meeting in the world.
Oh yeah.
I think that's where it went right. They and look, I think Leo Pereira is insanely smart. I think he's one of the people that I really listen to and follow as far as real estate and sound policy and all of those other things. But he wasn't a part of it back then when it first came out of the hopper. What? I mean, it's probably been 9 years, maybe
more
10
than
years.
More than that, because I was teaching a lot of stuff like Evernote and stuff like that at Metrotex.
Right.
This would have been probably like 2014 or 2015.
Okay.
And I think
that's when they started really getting market share.
Yes.
It was about a decade ago.
That's when, because the first guy that was EXP here in Dallas actually took me to coffee, and and he was showing me the thing, and it was like an old PS2 video game, and it was much like Matterport, where you would assume like, okay, wow, this is probably a few years ahead of its time.
Yes.
And it looks okay for what it is right now, but it's like making fire with sticks. And the same thing with Matterport, where it's like, okay, wow, this is badass. It turns the house into a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
That's cool. But EXP actually kept going.
They did.
And now the thing isn't janky, and you know, and it doesn't look like an old.
They don't try to tell you to come into their world. Let's have a meeting in the. I know they do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a gimmick. It's a good one. It's a good gimmick.
Okay.
But now they've increased it to where like it's not quite where it's like Madden 2026 or whatever they call it now, where it's like, oh, photorealistic, or like it's Stone Cold Steve Austin or whatever. Now that would be cool. Oh my God, if I could be like, I just watched the Hulk Hogan documentary on Netflix. Hulkster.
Yeah, recently have to watch that.
But if I could be Hulk Hogan walking around the EXP,
you're there
all day.
So there was one thing, and I know we got to wrap up here in a second. It's so interesting because I've been saying this though, is that the younger generations are really pushing back and wanting an in-person experience, though, right?
Yes.
I mean, and I think it's because we always want what we don't have. So they've grown up behind technology and everything else, and so why would that get them excited to buy stuff online, right? And that's why they want to go in person. They
buy
want
a vinyl record,
right? Seriously, I mean, that's it. My kid wants vinyls and CDs, and she wants DVDs back. And so I know,
so crazy,
isn't it nuts? But here's where I think I understand it is, and that's where I also think the whole Real and Remax thing makes a lot of sense, because the cloud brokerage works, but people are craving still that in-person experience. And so that doesn't mean that they're going to keep all the brick and mortar locations of Remax.
Right.
You can't. But are they going to sit there and figure out a hybrid model to still in each region, urban region, a hub and everything else, to still be able to create community within that? And I think we just see that more so than anything, like the networking and the panels that we're doing and the experiences there. Which is why it's so stinking cool what we're doing next week.
Yes.
Is it next week?
It is.
Okay. I just let my calendar tell me what to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's next Wednesday.
Okay.
I think. And
the Boots, Bourbon, and Bugattis.
Bugattis.
Yes. That song always comes, from the TikTok trend. The Bugatti
Thankfully,
song. No. Okay, got it. I'll show you offline.
Please don't.
You want me to show you IRL? That's what the kids say in real life.
Yes. So walk the venue.
Okay.
And it's going to be cool. It's very cool. And it is.
I think we had like 400 people coming.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I want to say they got closer to 500 RSVPs. But, you know.
And I can't get 5 people to come to my birthday party. Good job, Christy. That's great. I think it's great. It's great. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah. So, like, that thing is rocking.
Yeah.
And right now I've got the team, my staff, working on, because there's, I don't know.
Virtual Avengers.
11. Yes. There's like 1,100 screens in the fucking place. So we have a loop, like
That's
a 5-minute
awesome.
loop of all the stuff and everything playing. Now we're going to do, it's actually got a really nice 15-seat theater.
Okay.
And so we're going to do sit down interviews in front of, and I think the gimmick that I'm going to do there is 3 questions about the property.
Okay.
You know, so that way.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're there to do, is
Right,
to drum up
right.
attention for the new development.
And so what's crazy is we've got all kinds of stuff happening IRL like that, where it's like, oh, will you come and do content? I want to say the KW Flower Mound.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
That's great.
We're doing a day long kind of gimmick, and I'm now honing in on what that looks like, and to try to be as equitable up front and be like, yeah, let's do 15-minute segments, and don't tell anybody how many videos they will get, because one person might get 7 and one person might struggle to get their.
Yeah, because they suck.
Yeah.
And there's just, because that's what people have to understand. Not everybody is meant to be a captivating. And I don't want to say influencer. You have to capture
Right.
somebody's attention to want to watch or consume what you're doing. Okay. There's certain things that you're going to watch on television. There's certain things that you're not going to watch on television. They just don't work. And so I think it's great that you're still trying to get people out of their comfort zone and try to create.
Well, and a lot
that.
of it is it's the brokerage idea, because it's a necessary evil,
Sure it is.
regardless of anybody's opinion of it. But the thing is, it's not one size fits all. Some people are writers. Some people are artists.
Correct.
Some people are just, you know,
Flying by the seat of their pants.
wackadoo, the talking heads.
Keeping diluted alcohol in their car in case they bump something.
Oh, I thought we were. Oh man, I thought we were going. Why are we diluting it? Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
no, that's water in that bottle.
Okay, got it. Dun, dun, dun. No, but I think that's why they were able to get so many people out there, because
Yes.
it's an experience. There's a lot of talent that is going to be there feeding into the crowd and the agents that are coming. It's an
Yes.
amazing property. So I'm excited to,
Same.
I get it.
And
You know what?
please God, let it not be windy.
Oh. We'll cross our fingers, but
I
no
mean,
promises.
It's
Do
indoors.
you want me to ask my savant husband?
Yes.
Will it be windy today? No, but it's going to be great. Which again, if we were employed,
Couldn't do it.
We couldn't do all this cool crap, and that's what makes life exciting. And so, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to go check on one of my new listings that's coming up. Cruz is shooting that on Friday, so I'm going to go do that. Go help secure another rental. Got another thing under contract, and I'm going to do all of that before I'm on my way to pickleball.
Nice.
And then I'm going to go whack some pickleballs at Ace in Frisco and hang out with my friends. And I got my laptop and everything else. And that's why I will remain unemployed.
Likewise,
Yes.
except for none of that, I will be here monkeying with little widgets and connectors and gimmicks.
Oh, I
and
love that.
cameras. Yes. To each his own.
To each his own.
Yes.
Till next time.
Awesome.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Bam. Wonder
Okay.
Twins.
Okay. Now, how fast can you go?